Hi, I'm Kelly Summers. Welcome along to the Wayne Rooney Show. This is the second of our best of episodes. If you missed the first one, you can listen on BBC Sounds or watch it on the BBC Sport YouTube page or on the iPlayer. We'll be back with some new episodes in the new year, but for now, enjoy.
When we played Portsmouth in the FA Cup quarter-final and Thomas Cusack got sent off, Rio went in goal. We lost 1-0 at Old Trafford, and it was the year we won the league and the Champions League, and I think we was at Middlesbrough and Cardiff in the semi-final for the treble. So Alex Ferguson for 2 weeks didn't speak to us.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. We had games.
Well, none of you.
Games.
But Wayne, you're going to have to tell us more. Like, who's picking the team?
He literally picked the team the morning the day of the game.
Wrote it down.
The team. You walk past him in the corridor, wouldn't look at you. 2 weeks, because he knew that was a massive missed opportunity for the treble game.
Oh my word!
What are you and the players saying to each other at that point?
Just trying to stay away from him. Just like, if you see him come down the corridor, you're trying to go another way.
You see, when you were at City, say you did lose a Manchester derby, could you go out in Manchester that night, or would you like hide for the week?
It kind of depended on the player. Like if the Man City fans were good in terms of they were used to losing in so many ways, so they knew how to deal with that. So they wouldn't prevent, say, a player from having that social side, because sometimes that's how players get rid of bad energy or a bad loss or a bad game. Some players just use it just to switch off, but they weren't too bad with me, to be fair. And not even United fans were bad with me.
Wayne's smiling.
So do you know, after the 6-1 game,
Yeah,
we got beat 6-1. After something like that, I would never go out to go home. I had a birthday party.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I had a birthday party. Joe Hart, Gareth Barry, City players were invited to me party.
Wayne, I don't know why you sound as if no one knew. It was in the press, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was, yeah.
Was it?
Because I knew about it.
No, but so I was literally sat there thinking, I need to cancel it.
Really?
And then obviously you've got family, friends, everyone who's obviously made their own plans to come in. I was like, can't, so I went. And then obviously we've got the United lads, some of the City lads sat there, and we sat there just like...
Do you talk to each other?
Yeah, of course. And well, in the end, I think there was me, Crouchy, Harty. We all got up and done a song of Backstreet Boys. In the end.
Which one? Which one was it?
I can't remember which one it was.
What, is that how you broke the ice?
That was just the best way to get over it. All my family are Evertonians, and all Coleen's family are Liverpoolians, so it's always a...
How was that when you were playing in it, if all of her family are Liverpoolians?
Yeah, fine. We're not issue, really. When we got the Champions League final in Moscow, one of Coleen's brothers wouldn't go. He refused to go, so Coleen had one of her brothers went, and her other brother wouldn't go. And he said to me, I want you to do well, but I couldn't bear being at the stadium watching Man United lift the Champions League if you win it. So he didn't go.
I kind of respect that, actually.
Yeah. So, but
no,
yeah,
I do.
Well, when Liverpool won, what was it? When they won the Premier League a few years ago, I actually come home. I was at Derby, I think it was at the time, and I come home and Coleen's got Liverpool flags up outside of the house. So.
How fuming were you?
So it was our old house. So outside the front door, there was like a little balcony thing, and the flag was outside the window there. So I told her to go and get it down. So she went up, and you had to actually climb out the window to get it down. So she went up, so I locked her out.
How long for?
No, not too long. But yeah, she was stuck on the balcony. But yeah, and like now, even I think now still, Coleen's mum and dad's he's got Champions flags up at the house. So yeah, there's Liverpool around, but yeah, it's all man Evertonians.
I remember you scored at Anfield once, and I was in the cop, and some fella...
You never turned that phone, did you?
I was going to say, some fella 3 goals behind me, it was Nokia 3310, and it was like, weren't that far away from you, to be fair.
Was that the first time or the second time?
No, that was my first ever game for United at Anfield.
Yeah.
We won 1-0. And
It was in a black kit, innit?
Yeah, I've scored the cup and
Done that in
I've
front,
done
I
that.
remember it.
And I've whistled past me head, whatever. But and then, to be honest, after that, I think I only scored once again at Anfield.
Was it the one where like the half volley?
Yeah, they come off the bar and I scored under Van Gaal. That was, we won 1-0. But other than that, I don't think I've even played well at Anfield. I scored a few goals at Old Trafford, but it was just such an emotional place for me to go and a hard place for me to go and perform.
You see when you're doing that to the cop. What is going through your head? Like, because obviously they're shouting dogs abuse at you. What are you thinking? Did you feed off of it?
Oh yeah, I loved
Must
it.
have
Yeah.
felt on top of the world, I'd imagine.
No, because obviously I'd left Everton to go to United, and my first game at Anfield for United, and I was scored with 1-0 up. Obviously, doing that, and you've got like a bit of a strut about you. Then and then we had a chance late on. I can't remember who it was, and I was desperate for us not to score because I just wanted my goal to be the goal that won the game. So I was desperate for us not to score. It'd stay 1-0, and after the game, obviously walking out and I got on the bus, and I literally went, got by the Rocket by Queen's Star.
Yeah.
We got there and I got off then, and then I went to Colleen's mum and dad in I think it might still be in Crockett. So got off on by the Rocket, and then so stayed in Liverpool, and then I think we went for food and that, and have banter and stuff and whatever. But no, when you score the win against Liverpool, it's special.
Okay, we woke up this morning, didn't we, to a message from Wayne and a video from Wayne about his night. Do you want to tee this up?
It was 1:30 in the morning. We get a message. He's like, I've just done a duo with the lads. I've got a video of it. We'll send it on. In comes the video, and it's a brilliant. Listen. Some will call it a masterpiece in musical ability, right?
Yeah, let's just play it. Let's cut to the chase. This is a snippet of this absolute gold.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Look at Danny laughing.
Every night I'm laughing, watching the things you do. Amazing, but I miss kissing you. You wanted to go and try doing something new. Though I can't be by your side.
Do you know the funniest thing about this for me is how serious your face looks when you're delivering it.
You look nervous, Wayne.
Well, I've got Danny Jones and Tom Fletcher sat next to me, and Rick Astley was stood there literally 10 yards away from me watching. So yeah, it was quite nervous, but I love music. Yeah, so I've been waiting for so long to get this song out and do it. I was meant to do it in. So I wrote the lyrics to it and sent them to Tom Fletcher when Coleen was in the jungle. And I said, can we use this on your song? It's all about you. Can I change the lyrics a bit? And I was going to send a video. I was going to film it with Tom and send a video instead of me letter from home in the jungle. I was going to use the song to Coleen, and unfortunately, or probably fortunately now, we got beat by Norwich 6-1 the night before, and so I had to go home with the team, so I didn't do it.
So you're telling us that Norwich City beating your team robbed us of seeing that absolute gold on TV?
Yeah, unfortunately. So, yeah, no, listen, I love music. I really like that song, and yeah. And then last night after the concert was amazing. By the way, both Busted and McFly were brilliant. And then after it, we went back and had a couple of beers, and I said to Tom, can you get your guitar out and can we do the song? So I think he was quite surprised that I was going to do it. There was only about 30 people there, and so I done it and sang it to Coleen, yeah.
Head over to YouTube, by the way, to see the full version. My highlight, if you're just watching this as a podcast, my highlight is when Wayne does the verse on his own and then he gets to like the main chorus and he desperately needs the assistance. He's like, oh, I can't do this main verse, and you whack Danny on the shoulder as if to say, help me out here, mate, I can't do this on my own.
Yeah, I couldn't get that note, so I give him a knock to help me out. But no, do you know what? It was a great night. Good fun. Really enjoyed it. We sat and watched it with Danny's mum as well, so it was a really good night. And if anyone hasn't been, I'd certainly suggest you go. It was really good.
My favourite thing of that is all your hand movements. It's the hand movements that you do.
Yeah, you've got to get into the song now. You've got to get into it. I'm an emotional person, and sometimes when I'm singing as well, especially, sometimes the emotion takes over.
Was Coleen proud of you? What did she say?
I've sang it to her before, and when she seen me sitting down and Tom getting his guitar out, she went, "Please don't." But yeah, no, it's good fun.
Wayne, would you have liked to have played this?
Still can if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Can do a job.
maybe still can, yeah.
I'd play you deeper than up front. I'd play you...
Yeah, I can't run the challenge no more.
Nah, middle up park. Spray it. Just spray it. That's all I want from you, Wayne. Don't even need to run, mate. Honestly. The cause of 8 stirred if you turn
It
up.
might bring your XG down.
XG. Expected goals. I expect them every week.
Are you big into like the stats?
No. Football's played on grass, not a graph. Sometimes we struggle for grass in Sunday League, but I don't deal with stats and data.
Have you got anyone that kind of tries to help you with that? Or
Paul Sampson wanted to use one of these GPS tracker things. Heat maps. Says, oh, you got to download app for this. I says, absolutely not. No, don't need it. I don't need an app to tell me if Tommy is blowing out of his arse. I can see it because he looks like a beetroot.
I used to love it playing against Arsenal, you know. And obviously there's some big ones which everyone knows about, obviously.
Do you want me to list them out for you? All my favourite Wayne Rooney against Arsenal moments.
we've been doing this, haven't we? In our messaging group today, we've kind of all been throwing in, and there's some brilliant memories, Wayne, isn't it? But it kind of shows what a different fixture this is now, I think.
Yeah, I remember my first game at Highbury for Man United was the game with Roy and Vieira in the tunnel, and you feel it. You feel, you know, the game's on a knife edge, and you can feel that, and you know, even the referee got it. So it was you know, you had the Fabregas one with Alex Ferguson in the tunnel with the throwing the pizza at him, and you know, there's fights in the tunnel which you know, everyone was involved in it as well. And you know, I think when we beat them 2-0 after the Keown incident, obviously the Keown moment was before I was there, but the next year we beat them 2-0, and Sol Campbell didn't speak to me for over 6 months. We meet up with England, and Sol still wouldn't speak to me.
Were you happy about that though?
Yeah, sometimes I was with Sol, but no, I'd say to him, "Come on, man, we're playing for England here," and he wouldn't speak to me because he felt I dived, and which he left his leg out. I think there was a small contact, but anyway.
Did you ever have it out, Wayne? Did you ever? How did you get over that?
Yeah, naturally you do, and I think it was a big game for Arsenal. It was if they won, it was 50 games unbeaten. So he was disappointed, but yeah, it was about 6 months he wouldn't speak to me.
What's Wayne really like to live with?
Do you know what? He's quite easy because he doesn't do much. Do you know, like
That's the biggest backhanded compliment I've ever heard.
No, so he's not like.
I love this podcast episode could end in divorce.
This is like Villarreal all over again. Look.
I get home, I cook the kids' food.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean like if you live with someone and I think I'm probably harder to live with than he is, because I'm more. I want to be doing things. I'm more.
That's why I say to her all the time.
I'm watching what I say now. Because
No. So I say to her all the time, "Why don't you sit down for 2 hours and have a rest?"
2 hours.
Yeah, and she'll get annoyed if I take the kids to school and come back and sit on the couch and watch TV.
You were like that in the jungle, actually. You're always doing something.
So she'll get annoyed if I'm like, well,
I just don't like wasting time.
it's not harming you.
But he will take the kids to school, he'll come back and he'll get on the couch, and then he won't get off the couch until he picks the kids up from school.
Oh my God, that sounds...
Yeah, but he's Wayne Rooney, innit? Like, I think he's allowed. Like, I think I can relate to that. I think my missus gets a bit annoyed as well. Like, if I was like sitting on the couch and it's like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Well, let me just rest, and I've been working."
Yeah.
Let me just rest. I've been working.
But then the flip side of that, he's not doing anything that annoying. He's just sitting on the couch.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to stick up for you.
yeah.
I'm taking everything in on the TV to put together for the podcast.
Yeah, research.
There you go.
What's Coleen like to live with, Wayne?
No, it's amazing. She does she does
feel bad
everything.
now?
No, she does everything for me, for the kids. Organisation has everything there. But like intense. Like last night we got I got food in last night, and then waiting like 3 hours because she's cleaning up or she's doing something until she sits down, and then I've got the Jungle on pause. So we have to watch it.
At 12 o'clock.
And then she'll sit down.
No
and
wonder
fall
it's messed
asleep.
with a kid's bedtime. Like watching it at 1 a.m.
So yeah, that part of it, I get frustrated, but no, she organises everything for us.
Forget all this small talk, Wayne, man. When are we going round to Michael Owen's and having a chat?
Yeah, never mind Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
We got more pressing matters on this show.
Michael
Go on.
Owen's been talking on Rio's podcast.
What did you make of the comments, though? For people that haven't seen it, obviously he was asked about you, and he did say some really nice stuff as well. But I think the ones that have got the headlines are when he was asked, out of the present-day strikers, who was as good as he was at 17 or 18, and he was asked to compare, I think, to you, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, listen, me and Michael are very different players, different attributes, and Michael Owen at 17, 18 was incredible. I used to go out on the street and pretend to be him. Pretend to be Michael Owen, and even though he played for Liverpool. But yeah, so what he's saying, I completely understand what he's saying. But we're two completely different footballers in different styles, different techniques, and Michael Owen for a 3-4 year period was probably the best centre forward in the world, and it's hard to argue against anyone coming up against Michael Owen. Then unfortunately he did get his injuries, and he probably couldn't adapt his game maybe as well as I could in playing from the side or going back into midfield. And so yeah, listen, I think his comments are fair. I think of course he's going to back himself. I back myself, but I'd never judge myself against Michael Owen, because he's someone I actually looked up to and had the pleasure of playing alongside. And
You're so humble, Wayne, on Saturday. If that was me, if I'd have won everything you'd won, I'd start bringing up my whole trophy.
But it's also a level of respect there, isn't there? There's clear respect.
No, listen, obviously I played with him for England, and then later on in his career at Manchester United. And I was delighted for him because he come to Manchester United, and that's a massive move for him. Obviously playing for Liverpool, and him come play for Man United from obviously not direct, but from Liverpool, that's a big thing. And he come and I was delighted he won obviously he got a Premier League medal, and I was really happy for him. And but yeah, no, listen, I would never ever judge myself against Michael Owen, because we're different players, different personalities, different people. I respect him massively, and I think, for 2 or 3 years he unstoppable. Yeah. So, and I think people do forget how good he was. He was incredible, and me and him are different players. If I was a similar type player and we judging ourselves, then that's different. But
Kay, did it surprise you that he got so involved on social media, because he'd done his research, hadn't he?
Yeah, he had the stats out and everything. Do you know what I think? Like Wayne said, Michael Owen was devastating for a period of time. It was crazy. I think the thing is with Michael Owen, I think because of the way his career panned out, he doesn't really have any fan base that sticks up for him. So
do you know what? Just on that, I think Michael can come across a little bit boring.
He's not, is he? I've worked with him. He's not boring.
No. He is one of the funniest people you'll meet.
Yeah.
And being in his company, honestly, he's so funny and
that
dry.
Came out in that interview, I think.
Yeah, I'm witty, and a lot of people think, he can seem quite boring. He is so funny. So I hope he just gets that out, because everyone who play with him, we know like what a good lad he is, and sometimes that doesn't always come across.
No, but that did come out in the interview. But what I was meaning to say was, because I think the way his career went out, he didn't really have any fan base now that sort of rides for him and backs him on social media. So he sort of has to back himself, if you like, because I feel like Liverpool fans are scorned a little bit because he went to United. United fans, because he played for Liverpool, don't really You don't really want to back it for him. And I think Newcastle fans, well, they feel what they do about Michael Owen. So it's like, unless you're like a real diehard England fan, nobody really talks about Michael Owen like that, unfortunately.
All the Donald fans from Masinga is right behind him. That joker, Michael.
Can I just ask you a quick question? What was it like? You've talked about what it was like playing with Wayne on the pitch, and obviously you had this great relationship. What was he like off it at England?
He's a scouser, isn't he? So isn't it? Nah, good lad.
Everyone's got a good Wayne story.
Nah, good lad.
Can't be said. Give it a go.
Wazza loves football. I don't know if you remember this. So I was sitting there, and I'm quiet, so I just sit there and watch. You believe that you're the best player in every position. And he was caning. I can't remember who it was. He was just caning the right back. I can do that. You're crap. What's this? I'm better than you at right back. If I played right back, I'd be Cafu.
Who was saying this to?
I can't remember who it was.
Gary Neville.
He was, wasn't it? But he had this mentality, and this is the mentality you need to be at the top. No one's better than him. It doesn't matter what position I'm playing in, I'm better than all of you. And I'm sure you said it to goalies as well.
Yeah, I did for keepers as well. No, but I used to hate losing, and remember when Theo spoke about it, got in the England squad when he was 16, 17 for the World Cup, which he shouldn't have been there really at that time. And then I'm playing snooker with John Terry, and next thing I've just smashed the snooker cue up, and because John Terry's beat me. And I remember Theo just looking up, what is going on here?
You said before that you kind of hung around with everyone, and you mentioned some of the names, but who did you kind of hang around with? Because to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was, from what you said, a few people avoiding you in the afternoon at camp, because it sounds like you were a right pain.
Yeah, no.
In a good way.
No, I obviously was with Stevie quite a lot. With Frank, Ash Cole, and also after games, when we had the double-headed games, me, Ashley and Frank would go back into one of our rooms and we'd get like a bottle of red wine and have a couple of glasses of wine each.
Was that allowed?
Yeah, you could after the game you could chill and whatever, but and you just have a little glass of wine and just talk and stuff, which was good, and different players done different things and whatever. So yeah, it was weird. I always remember years ago. We got invited to Beck's for a dinner. I think it was me, Lamps, and a couple more players. We went to his house, and me and Coleen, we were only like 19 or something. We were like, this is weird. What's happening here? And then they're walking around, and he's showing us around his house, and then I opened the door, and I think I bumped one. It was his eldest boy,
Brooklyn.
I bumped his head. He started crying, and I was like, "Oh Jesus!" Opened the door and bumped his head. But yeah, that was like surreal, and sat there, Bex and Victoria, and having dinner. It was like,
what was dinner?
Can't remember.
Was it posh?
No. No. We met up with Bex and Victoria, me and Coleen, when he was at Madrid, and went for dinner. Then we were having kebabs.
Come on.
Stereotypes being completely thrown out the window.
But obviously great lad, and Victoria's such a lovely woman, and funny, like a lot funnier than what people would think.
What was it like for you being at Barcelona at that time? Because you were literally surrounded by superstars, watching superstars everywhere you went.
Yeah, for me that was my dream. Like, my name is Xavi because of Xavi Hernandez. My mom, she put the name because of him, and being there for me was the dream, and being there, living and seeing all these players, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi Hernandez, and seeing them every day. I saw them a lot of times in the training ground, and that was like a big inspiration for me as well to see these kind of players was such incredible.
Did anybody sort of take you under their wing and give you advice, or?
In the start, no, because I was really young. But after, when I started growing up and I was getting close into the first team, Neymar was there.
Okay.
And I did a commercial, I remember, when I was 12 years old with him. And at that time, Neymar for me was, wow, this is my idol. Like I was always watching on YouTube, like Neymar skills, how to do these skills. And one day I did a commercial with him, and I remember going home back, and I sit down with my mom and my brother. I said to my mom, okay, one day I will play with this guy. I need to play like 100%. I need to play with my idol. And then I remember my brother, he was laughing at me. He said, yeah, Charlie, come on. So yeah, Neymar was the one, like, and after obviously he went to PSG, I was really sad for one day when he left Barca to go to PSG. But then 1 year later, I joined PSG, and I luckily, made this dream come true as well.
Oh, wow. They say never meet your heroes. What was it like meeting him? Was he everything you hoped he'd be?
Yeah, I was 12 years old when I meet him for the first time, and you can imagine, like, for me, my eyes were like this, like, wow. I touched him a little bit, you know. So for me at that time, this was the dream. And then, at 16, playing with him was amazing feeling.
Wayne, who was your idol when you were kind of growing up?
Not so much as Neymar, but mine was more Duncan Ferguson. Mm-hmm. There was a guy who played for Everton. That's many years, and he actually went to jail. And I was a young boy who supported Everton, so I used to write to him in jail, and then he'd write back. So I was the same, similar, like 12, something like that. And then 4 years later, I played alongside him. So for me, that was like...
Letters?
Yeah.
What were the letters saying? What were you...
It was just me saying them, telling them how much I love him, basically.
Week after week.
What was he saying back?
Well, just thanks for... It means a lot. And obviously, when you're in jail as well, you take anything in.
Yeah.
So when you actually met him, did you tell him I was the one writing the letters?
Yeah, and then... because I was too young to drive as well, so he'd take me home from training. And my family were all massive Evertonians. And so Duncan Ferguson would take me home to my mum's house.
Oh, wow.
And like, my dad's out the window, stuff like that and stuff. But yeah, so that was surreal. But I think there's so many, and like Ronaldo, R9, for me as well, just watching him play was incredible. He was like my favourite player, really.
Wayne, who else did you kind of play with when you were playing? I imagine during your career, footballers have a lot of downtime.
Do you know what? We used to play, not FIFA, true story this, Man United. I really believe that a big part of our success was playing the PSP.
Really? Why?
Not honestly, because it got us communicating more. We used to play the PSP, we used to play it on the plane, on the team bus. You play like 5v5, so there'd be me, Rio, Michael Carrick, John O'Shea, Wes Brown, and 5v5 and called SOCOM on the PSP. It was an army game, and you have to talk. You have to tactically be right and go and revive people when they get killed. And it was a massive part of our success, I believe. So, and you ask any of them players that you played at the same time, it was brilliant. And actually, how you played that game actually reflected that player, how they played the game. It was crazy. Like Michael Carrick was a little sneaky, calm one who, you know, would you'd be lying down hiding and you'd just hear a little grenade bouncing by you where he'd throw it at you. So just a little,
what were you like then, Wayne?
Well, I was just all in. I was just like straight in, front line of the trenches, get in there. But that might surprise you, but that was a massive part of our success.
That's funny though. The idea, like I'm just going into a football club going, listen guys, we're not going on the pitch today. Here's Call of Duty. Will you play that for a week and then come back?
No, Edwin van der Sar used to get annoyed, obviously, because we're on the team bus, for instance, and there's just shouting all over the place where you're telling people where you're at. And sometimes if they've got one player left, you're trying to flank them and go and get them, so you communicate. To get him, Van der Sar used to get annoyed and move. He used to try and get as far away from us as possible.
That's it for this episode of The Wayne Rooney Show. A reminder, you can catch up on all the episodes you might have missed on the BBC Sport YouTube page, the iPlayer, or on BBC Sounds. See you next time.